want to talk about a 30-year anniversary of a piece of legislation that I've been involved with. A lot has happened during the first week of the second Trump administration. Within just 3 days in the White House, President Trump has put a pedal to the metal, delivering on the mandate voters expected when they went to the polls on November the 5th. Now, thinking of history, it brings to mind a message that the voters delivered 30 years ago. Some of my colleagues will remember what's called a contract with America. And that was a platform, if you remember, engineered by former Speaker of the House, Newt Gingrich, that led to what was called the Republican Revolution of 1994. In fact, it was so much of a resolution that I remember in President Clinton's State of the Union message, he said and opened his statement with this few words: "The era of big government is over." That's how much the Gingrich contract rattled Washington, D.C. So, the American people expressed that they were fed up with government knows best and a Washington mindset that applied rules for thee, but not for me. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? 30 years later, with the Trump mandate. So I come to the Senate floor today to talk about one particular issue that still comes up at my county meetings. For years, Iowans have asked me, quote, something like this: why doesn't Congress have to follow the same laws as we have to follow? That used to be true until we passed the Congressional Accountability Act. In fact, that law became law of the land 30 years ago today. Prior to 1995, Congress was exempt from about a dozen workplace laws that applied to the private sector, but not to us in the Congress. I want to revisit how it came about. In 1994, the American people delivered a landslide victory to Republicans. We gained majority control of the U.S. House of Representatives and the U.S. Senate. It was an epic victory considering that Democrats had run the House of Representatives for all but 4 years, going way back to 1931. The best approach to good leadership is to keep an ear to the ground and a finger to the pulse of the American people, much like our 45th and 47th president has done since 2015.